Hi, I'm Marc Sklar, the fertility expert. Are you trying to get pregnant and it's taking too long? Have you considered that it might be a male sperm quality issue? If you have, then watch this video because it teaches you everything you need to know about male fertility and improving sperm quality. Leave your comments below and subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Fertility Expert. Hi, so thanks for joining us today. We are going to be talking about male infertility and why it's important and some of the diagnostic tools or lab tests that we can do. So one of the more important things to recognize is that fertility does not always fall on the shoulders of the female in the relationship. Women play a big role, a very big, important role, but without proper, sufficient, and healthy sperm, we can't do it, right? It takes two to tango, and we need both sides to work at this. And so it's important to recognize that 35 to 40% of the time, fertility issues are male-related. And there's an additional about 5% where there's both male and female issues involved. But there's three main factors that we're searching for when we need to do any testing. So before I get into those, I should mention that I usually recommend, because it's relatively simple and straightforward, although probably not the most comfortable situation for most men, but testing semen or doing a semen analysis is pretty much, it's very simple. And so I recommend, as soon as we think that there may be an issue with conception, that we get the husbands or the partners tested. It's essential for getting ahead of the game, and there's a lot that can be done to manage male fertility naturally or with conventional medicine, and so it's good to know that in advance so that you don't get 3, 6, or 9 months down the road still having an issue, then decide to test your partners or your husbands and then realize, oh, there was an issue and we could have been doing something about this 6, 9 months ago. So as simple as a test it is, I think it's important to do, and we do a complete semen analysis. So the three factors that we're searching for are sperm count, motility, and morphology. Sperm count is exactly what it sounds like. How much sperm are there in the ejaculate? Those numbers the normal used to be different. Used to be, I think, 80 million and then 60 million. Now normal is considered 20 million or more. So we can get into why that is the case, but that's a whole different conversation. So we're looking for at least 20 million in sperm count or more for it to be sufficient enough to conceive naturally at home. Then the next subject is motility, and that's how well the sperm swim straight. So they need to get to where they're going, and they need to do that efficiently, and so that's what we're testing with motility. And motility normal is 40% or higher. And then morphology is the shape of the sperm. Does it have one head, one body, and one tail? Because there's all sorts of abnormalities or variations of that, but what we're looking for is one head, one body, and one tail shaped normally. And what's considered normal there on a strict Kruger's analysis is 14% or better. Okay, so in all the numbers I just gave you, it's important to recognize that the majority of sperm that men produce are abnormal. Okay, and that's normal. So when we're dealing with millions of sperm, the numbers are still in your favor, but we need to just make sure that that's the case. And so we want to make sure that the sperm count, motility, morphology are right where they need to be. I usually recommend doing this test at a urologist's office that specializes in infertility, because they know exactly what they're looking for, what to run, and the labs are going to be done properly. Or you can, most fertility clinics can do these tests as well. The other two tests or things to rule out would be a varicocele, which is basically a varicose vein in the testicles. The veins get twisted and can cause abnormal sperm numbers, and typically it affects morphology, or typically in our office we see that it affects morphology. There is a surgery that can be done for that, but it's only effective 50% of the time, and we have some wonderful techniques and tools and therapies at our disposal that can really change varicocele. And then the other one, which is really not a routine test, it's not done initially, it's a more advanced test that's done much later on, if we suspect that everything else was looking well, would be a DNA fragmentation test. And that's not something you would really do unless you're doing IVF and having some difficulties. Maybe you get pregnant a couple of times but then miscarry because the development of the embryo stops. That might be a sign to look at DNA fragmentation. So miscarriages don't always mean that there's something wrong with the woman in the relationship. It can be a male factor, and so if we are looking at that, then we would recommend doing a DNA fragmentation. So the first place to start, as mentioned before, is that we do a semen analysis. The common question there is, are there days, do we have to abstain from intercourse before we do this? Basically, the rule of thumb is that you have a minimum of 3 days without ejaculating and no more than 5. We want the sperm to be fresh, so that way when we do the test, we can get a good, proper, healthy reading. Hopefully that gives you a good place to start. We will be doing a couple of subsequent videos that will go over nutrition and some other items that you can be doing at home to help change some of these factors if they are abnormal. If you have any questions, you feel free to reach out to us. Our information is below, and you can call us on our phone or email, and check out our website if you have any other questions. Hope you have a wonderful day and that you found this information useful and valuable, and we look forward to seeing you in the future. Thanks so much. Don't forget to subscribe to the Fertility Expert YouTube channel for more tips on how to get pregnant fast. You can also click directly to the How to Get Pregnant Fast video, fertility smoothies to improve sperm, or emotional health and fertility